Today we will see how to change the language of Google Chrome. In this case, we are using an iPhone, but it is practically the same for both PC and Android. So obviously, the first step is to open Google Chrome directly. And once we are here, we will go to the bottom right where the three dots are. From there, all of the settings will appear. You will see some items at the top. If you have it in English, it will appear in English, and if you have it in another language, it will appear in that language. Here you will see bookmarks, history, reading list, which is new, password manager, downloads, recent tabs, and then the settings tab. We will click on that, and it will take us directly to the specific settings of our browser. So when we enter here, we will see everything related to the search engine. You can also configure this if you want, but what we want is to completely change the language. So first, if you usually search by voice, then here you would change that language, which is voice search. That is basically for when you activate the microphone and speak. I use Google Assistant to understand me well in Spanish. I have it set to English default for my iPhone. I could switch to Spanish. Whether from Mexico, Spain, or Latin America, I prefer the US version. It seems more advanced, just my perception. Go back to settings, scroll to language, and see options. So in this case, we will be able to choose the language, but in this case, it is mainly for the purpose of translations. That is, for me to be able to choose here if I want a page to be displayed in Spanish and show the option to translate to a certain language. So I can set it to Latin American Spanish to prevent translation or offer translation to another language. In this case, I leave English so it offers to translate it. When a page is in English, it translates it what is the other topic. If I want to change everything in general, that is, here we change the voice search, here we change the language for, let's say, translation, then I would have to go directly to settings and change the language of the phone in general. So you would have to come here. This does change between Android and iPhone, but basically, you go to General, then go directly to where it says Language and Region, and here you simply enter, and it shows English and Spanish. In this case, if we want to set it to Spanish, we give it up to 3 bars to the right and move it above English, and it will change. If we don't want to do this, then Spanish may not appear directly, or we might want to set it to Portuguese or another language. We need to click on Add Language, and here we will see all the different languages available to add. So if I want to add, for example, Portuguese, this is sorted alphabetically. I have to scroll down to the PN. Look for Portuguese in order to add it. Let's see, I went overboard. This is Portuguese, so I would choose Portuguese to add it. And here I would select if I want to use Portuguese or I want to use English as my primary language. Language, or my primary language, which is basically the language in which all the options on my phone are displayed. If you are on Android, it can be quite similar because the applications are adjusted according to the region we have assigned and also the language we have set on our phone. I hope this video has been helpful. See you next time. Bye bye.